Now let's create a database application. As you can see, I've just added a database profile, ASA 9.0 sample, to give things a more standard name to integrate in with the other samples that we have. Let's close this. So, to create a new application, it's just like what we did before. New, target, Pocket PC application wizard. And we'll just go through and take defaults. The name of the application, let's call this customer orders. And see, it fills in all the other names for us. We'll be taking defaults all the way through. Window names, menu names, the about window. But we have a SQL database. We'll be connecting to a SQL database. Which profile will we be using? Remember, this provides a level of abstraction. We'll be using ASA 9.0 sample that we had a moment ago. We can connect either through an INI file, registry settings, but script actually ends up being the most flexible and the easiest to handle. You'll also see that we're asking it to create a new non-visual object, customer orders connection service. This provides all the information for connecting and disconnecting from the database. But it's all just defaults. Taking defaults, working our way through customer orders.exe, target directory, everything. Product name, let's make it pretty. And copyright today. Sure. And just like all the other times we went through the wizard, it tells you what it's going to do before it does it, gives you the option of backing up and changing things. And you'll see, connecting to a SQL database, using the profile, ASA 9.0 sample, that contains all the details. We have a new connection object. Let's say finish, let's do it. And it generated it. Here now you have the new customer orders sample application. Now compare it to the Hello World sample. A couple of windows, application object, menu, project object, but we have a new connection service object. What's this used for? Well, let's look at the life cycle of the application. When an application starts, the application object runs its open event. So let's go into the open event for the application object. We need the event list, the open event, a lot of boilerplate code that we put in for you, and then right here, the connection object, the connection service object, which we create automatically. We create one, and then we call OF connect DB. This is where a lot of the magic occurs. Similarly, on the close event, we create it, and then we call OF disconnect DB. So you can see in the application object, for the application lifecycle, for the open and the close, we're connecting to the database. So let's look at what the OF connect database does. So let's open the connection object, get its properties out of the way. Now OF connect DB, pretty simple code. Connect using SQL CA, and then it just does that. Well, where does the information come from? How does it know what to connect? Well, the constructor. The constructor of the connection object has lots of code, boilerplate code, really simple, but it's basically we put in all the stuff for the we copy in, where is it? There it is. OF get connection info. The OF get connection info is a function that is very dynamic in that it can retrieve all of the connection information. Username, password, the DSN, the profile information. Let's look inside get connection info. It's OF, so it's a function. Here's OF get connection info. Now see that we're on the connect service n underscore customer orders connect service. More generated code, and this handles all the cases. INI file, the registry, or from script, which is the one that we chose. Script is actually really easy to deal with, and the most important thing in the world, the DB param. This contains the name of your DSN, user ID, password. This is very flexible, actually very handy to do. Now notice all this code was generated, whether you wanted to initialize your database connection through the registry or through an INI file. The information is being read up. See, we're reading the profile strings out of the INI file. So we boilerplate all that code for you. So let's close the connection object. And let's close the open and close events for the application object. So we have the first step on your database application, which is the ability to connect. Next, we'll be creating a data window and putting it on this application.